Hello, I'm William Gallagher, and this is 58 Keys Writers Workshop videos, where I tell you usually how I do something, and then I need you to disagree with me in the comments. This time it's more how I think lots of people do things, and then you and I can both disagree with them all in the comments. I mean, that's how it should work, isn't it? Writer to writer, having a chat. We should probably both have a cup of tea for it. This time, character biographies. And I find this is an odd one for me to talk about because I think about it a lot, and I seem to have found my way of doing it, but other people do, well, not only different, they do a lot more. Character biographies. This is not when you start a book with a description of the dramatis personae and you have the name and some paragraph of background. I'll tell you now, I never read them. Yeah. If I don't get a character from what they say and what they do in the book, then flipping back to the front page and saying, nah, they don't like anchovies, it's not going to help. So I just skip those completely. Same in scripts, same in drama. Just, scripts have to describe certain things because you've got to be cast. There are very specific ways of doing it that I like. General biographies, for the reader, I think are worthless. For the writer, I see the argument that they're much more useful. There is an argument that you as a writer know your character much better if you have really thought about them in detail. And I want to tell you two ways of doing this, the kind of like related ways, really. Is it 1A, 1B kind of thing? One and then a bit more of the same way. Call it two. Sounds better, doesn't it? Two different ways to do it. And then I would like to show you a way that I do it, which is dramatically shorter. And I think I use the word dramatically correctly there as well. As I've learned this from scripts, and it's how I tend to do it in scripts. Okay. But the aim is, get the character inside you. This is not something that an audience or a reader will see in this detail, but it will inform everything you write about that character so that the audience benefits. And the reader gets a better character for it. The way that I have been shown to do this, and don't, is called the full biography, I think. There are various terms like this, lots of people do this different ways, but if you write down name, age, I don't know, you do address, but you do something like country, I suppose, town, village, something like that, and then where they went to school, who their friends were, who their parents were, what posters did they have on their bedroom wall when they were 12, 15 and 17 or something like that? What did they read? What do they like to do to relax? What is their job? Actually, I think that one's quite useful because our jobs tend to shape how we see the things. It's like, part of me as a journalist, if I see a problem, a bit of me is going, oh, is that a news story? Yeah. So job description, what do they look forward to in life? What music do they listen to? Apparently that's a key one in these things, and I think I just betrayed myself by saying apparently there. I can't remember how many questions are supposed to be answered in this type of thing, but I want to say 50 or so. You get into 50 detailed things about your character, and that's known as the full biography of them. Okay. I did actually do it once in an exercise for it, and I was struggling with the script at the time, and I came away thinking, oh, that's why that character does something. So not knocking it, I just don't do it. And if you do this, if you do like this, then perhaps you'll enjoy 1B, which is, we had the full biography. Here's the fuller one. Remember those parents I mentioned, those friends? You do the 50 odd questions for each of them as well. Well, let's go further. How about, so hang on, friends they're at school with, parents, who they pass on the street, even if it's the same person. Actually, that's just a bit of story. Okay, so let's not knock that one. Who do they avoid at work? Who is the one person in that office they go to any length to avoid if they're in an office? You write a biography of that person as well. Yeah, I think there comes a point, though, I'm not quite sure where it is, but there definitely comes a point where you're not building characters here. What you're doing is putting off the start of the actual writing. And if you need to do that, well, I'm not judging much. Biography. Full biography, fuller biography. Okay, but having said all of that, I kind of really need to tell you how I do it, which is It's born of script writing. I think I read this somewhere. Russell T Davies saying it. Age, gender, some kind of description for it. Remember, the job in a script is to help the casting people find the right person. It's very common in scripts to see think Amy Adams, but then I just always imagine the poor actor looking at this who isn't Amy Adams, thinking, "Oh right, so I'm second choice." But I like the format, the three-part format: age, gender. In fact, actually, while I was thinking about talking about this, I was reading a script of mine that I'm working on, and I came to something I really liked. It's quite rare for me, but I really like this. And the description of character. First introduction of a character was Sally Paris, 45, rich, doesn't like you. And I realised I've just broken my own rule there. It didn't have the gender. I mean, maybe Sally is an obvious thing, but I really liked the doesn't like you. I thought that conveyed that character pretty well. I mean, or at least was at the start. I mean, then when you see where she is, you get an impression of her because she's doing things, she's saying things, she's being things for it. And that's where I need to get the description from as an audience. The question here is, where do you get that biography from as a writer? And having got it, how do you then choose to deploy it, to fit it in, to milk the drama out of it? That bit's up to you. You may well find a massive long list of biography is useful. You may well find stories in there you weren't expecting, but for me, 45, rich, doesn't like you, that's the way I'll always go. But this is the point where I would really need you to go to the comments and say, yeah, maybe you need a fourth. Then give me a reason to disagree with me. Let's have a debate about this, and I will steal from you every great idea I can. I hope you will steal back as well. There's a fine line. I keep thinking this. I keep saying this. A fine line between stealing and plagiarism. But we know what that line is. We're good. Thank you very much for watching this. Take care of yourself, eh? Write more as well, because it's so important to us. Write more, and I'll see you soon.